Hello, hello, hello. Apparently I had the intro muted there. I could play it again for you guys if you want. Do you want me to play the intro again? I'm sorry, I had it muted there. I know some people like the music. I could play it again. Pull up the sound. Yeah, I got to put a pull up on it. I forgot to put the little tilde. I forgot to put a pull up on the audio. No, it's okay. Well, it is Saturday night and I feel all right. How is everyone doing today? So tonight, magnets. How do they work? I don't know. I still don't know how magnets work. How's everyone doing today? Everyone have a good week? I've been busy. I've been busy. Got a lot of stuff going on around here. I've done some moving. Look. There's floor. You can see the floor. The resin corner has a proper tool chest finally. So I could take all the stuff that's on this shelf and put it in there. And then I could put stuff on the shelf. So I have a little bit of room again. So that was fun getting down the stairs. Any new 3D printer? No 3D printer. So I have been working on stuff though. Hoping to get a chance to play with the scanner this week. This whole week was pretty much a write-off for me. I don't have an editor, so the whole Sanjay interview series, which I hope you guys like, editing all that was pretty much my free time this week. But it's out, it's done. I'm happy with it. For those that are YouTube members or Patreon subscribers, I will put out the entire interview in order on Monday for those supporters. It is still edited. Any long periods of dead air or off-topic conversation or stuff that kind of strayed into NDA territory was cut out, but it's the uncut interview. So that'll be out Monday for all YouTube members and Patreon supporters. Where did I store the dog fur? I bring the dog outside and I let the environment deal with it. So let's get some music going. I feel dirty. I'm printing Prusa parts. Hey man, the best printer to print Prusa parts on is a Voron. Hopefully you're printing them in ABS. My little intro to ABS series there on how to print ABS. I had a lot of comments from people that melted their Prusas by putting them in a box. So consult ICP. Yeah, they might know how magnets work. So yes. Also, this is ongoing right now. So currently, let me unplug this so I can pick it up easier. The bonsai, I'm actually using it again because we are doing Pi02 testing, and so far it's promising. So for those that don't know, Pi02 is a Raspberry Pi Zero, the little one, but it's basically got the beef of a Pi 3A. So it's got a quad core, it's downclocked, it's only like 1 gigahertz, but it's quad core, it's got 512 megabytes of RAM, still the same connectors, mini USB only, but I did a print last night with a webcam, 720p at 30 FPS, didn't even break a sweat. So I was gonna try Input Shaper today, I just didn't get around to it, but it looks like for those that only need to run one controller, and are fine with like a ribbon cable webcam, Pi02 is the way to go, it looks like. So there will be a video on that. So let's catch back up on Ket. Pi02, yeah, it's good. I blame you, or blame you. Why would you blame you? Oh, you're blaming me. Start an ERCF project and Tim the Tool go for 9. I went for 6 because I still need to hit up Pooch from Repcord and buy myself a rep box. Yeah, for 15 bucks, it's not bad. I paid the Canada tax. It was $18.95 Canadian plus about $12 shipping to get me one. And I did that twice because it's limit 1 per customer per store per order. So I bought 2. because I'm going to use the second one for something else. I don't know what. But yeah. Same time stream Europe, just switched to winter. Oh, Kilo. Yeah, so for all the Europeans, you're an hour in the future, apparently. I will be joining you at midnight tonight, or 1 a.m. tonight. We go ahead, or we go back an hour. Yeah, we go back an hour, I think. So it's only this like 6-hour window when we're off, or whatever. Pi 02 plus USB hub. But the thing is, with a USB hub, you would need a mini USB hub, right? USB, is it micro? It's micro USB hub. Yeah, so you would need, it would be $15, and then you need to buy this for 10 bucks. Yeah, so you got 15, you're only $10 away now from a Pi 3A, for example. So it's kind of like you're in that weird territory where it's like the Pi Zero. If you were using the Pi Zero, you wanted to just be using the Pi Zero. Because if you're going to go cheap, go cheap. The Pi 2 is a very good offering, but if you're running like an SK, like a system where you have dual SKRs and a C920 where you need 3 USB ports, yeah, you're going to need a 4-port USB expander, basically. So, yeah. So you can get adapters, but then you're adding adapters, which add size, which add costs, and then you're straying kind of close to get a cheap, because you can still buy the Pi 3s, I believe. I believe you can still buy Pi 3s. Why OTJ cable, OTG? Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. All I know is, like, I'm of the opinion, if you're going to go cheap, go cheap. Once you start adding add-ons, you might as well just pay the extra $5 on top of that and just get the premium. This was actually really cool. I got a care package from Sparta 3D. Came with a little X-Acto knife, which I will now put in my bib. And then also, I got a spork foon. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with the spork foon, but I got a spork foon. Spork foon? Buffoon? Bespork? Spork foony? I don't know. What are we doing tonight, guys? What are we doing tonight? Somebody became a member. Who became a member? Raphael, thank you for becoming a member. It doesn't have a DSI connector. Yes, correct. A DSI connector. So, if you are running Klipper screen, you have to run it through like HDMI, which it has a micro HDMI. And then you would need a USB connector for the touchscreen portion. So yeah. Did I see Tom's video on using smartphones? Yes, I did. So if you have like an old, like, I have a Nexus 4 somewhere. Yeah. Ugh, for some reason on the ground. So yeah, if I wanted to use my old like Nexus as a Raspberry Pi or as a Klipper controller, you can. The thing is, phones, I think the power draw is much higher than a Raspberry Pi, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, then you have to mount this thing. So, like, most of us mount the Pi somewhere inconspicuous, and then you just have a little webcam. This, now you have to take an entire phone. You got to buy a holder for your phone or print one, and it's just going to be like, blah. So, yeah, it'll work, but it's bulky. It's good to use existing hardware, but it won't work in all cases. So, what are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? I don't know what we're doing. Some guy named Deep Fried Hero is trying to bug me to get me to finish something. Yeah. Remember the first generation Nexus phones, guys? Oh yeah. I miss small phones. I miss small phones. Okay. Lightspeed, one of these days you're going to say something in chat that is actually positive. So, we're going to do the ERCFO. We're going to continue on. So, we had issues with the config. We had issues with the Hall effect. We had issues with the magnet with the Hall effect. We got that sorted out. So, now we're going to carry on with the manual. And, yeah. We got checks to do. So, let me actually turn the printer on. Was it the LG ones, the 2nd gen, and the HTC Nexus? I have a Nexus 4. I went from a BlackBerry to a Nexus 4. And then what I had a Razer, then a Kibo, then a BlackBerry Bold something or other, a BlackBerry Bold 9980 or something like that, 9800, a Nexus 4, and then I went on Galaxy. So Galaxy S6, S8, and now I have an S10. I'm probably going to go to a Pixel. So yeah, I'll probably go down to a Pixel next. Probably the Pixel 6. I don't like big phones. I don't like big phones. So I'll probably just go with the regular 6. Okay, hey, connects. I don't think I need to home it, but I'm gonna home it. So yeah, BlackBerry Canada. Yep. I love the BlackBerry form factor. Ooh, something's vibrating. Okay. Yeah, I love the BlackBerry form factor. I love that. So S3, G3, Pixel. I almost got that very first generation Android phone, but I went with the BlackBerry. So yeah, that's the thing. Like everyone's gone to these massive phones, and I'm not a huge fan. I understand why, but I'm not one of those people that uses their phone for everything. I have computers and whatnot, so I want the phone for just small. Okay, so servo arm. So I've cheated a bit. I've actually gone and installed the servo arm. After the stream, I actually stayed up for about another hour to make sure everything was kind of working, because I didn't want to run into more issues like we had previously. How am I going to do this? So here's the problem we're going to run into. This thing's starting to get pretty tall up there, so I need to mount my webcam on a tripod on my desk so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. David's here, everyone. Say hello to Neil Patrick Harris's filament supplier. So I want to see hi, MPH's filament guy. Jesse PLA is good stuff. I need to get some. I need to expand my my color selection. Okay, there we go. Tripod. So I think you should be able to see now. There we go. We're probably gonna be looking at this camera for a bit tonight. So I've already kind of calibrated the servo. So there's two commands. There's servo up and servo down. So a servo basically moves 180 degrees, and you could tell it, you basically need to tell it to go to its up position, which you just tell it servo up, and it would move to up, which, hey, look, it's already in the up position. And then you need to install the arm so that it's just clearing the body. And then what you can do is, now that it knows where up is, it kind of, I'm not 100% sure. They're not like NEMA 17s where they just keep moving. I think they always know where they're at, but they can only ever move 180. So I don't know if it's like a mini encoder. I've never actually looked up how a servo works. But, so now we can do things like angle. Here, let me, boop. There we go. Pitcha and pitcha. There we go. Okay. Oh, no, don't click. I can't control it through the window in OBS. Okay. So if I were to tell it to move to like angle 90, it should move to angle 90, which you could see it moved down to angle 90. So servo up, servo 90. And what it actually does, or gets to a point where you need it to basically hit right in this itty bitty corner right there. And that is around 140. And if you look at it, which, let me grab my trusty step stool of ERCF building. That's the right spot. So we're good there. So let me bring it up. So it's funny because I actually lost the little piece. I thought the little arm piece came with the kit and like came with the servo kit. So I was all bummed out when I couldn't find it. Got a complete replacement servo. And then I realized, wait a minute, it's a printed part, but I couldn't find it. So I actually resin printed it because my resin printer was the only one that I had free at the time that had sturdy filament loaded. So it's resin printed. It actually fits really good. So that's that. DC motor and a potentiometer. Okay, so it uses a potentiometer. I know it knows where it's at, right? We should watch the video on how a Tomahawk missile knows where it's at, if you're curious how things know where they're at. Because they know where they're at because they know where they're not at. So by taking where they're at and minus where they're not at, they know where they're at. Right? Right. DM on Discord. Who's DMing me on Discord? What? No. So, now we need to make it know where it's at. Let me be back over here. So, this part is good. This is as far as I got. So servo up, servo down. It knows where it's at. So now we need to continue on here in selector. So as you know, it's got multiple carts, right? It can move and feed from 6 or 8 or 12 or 32, however many carts you want to put on it, right? And it homes. So we need to let it know where each one feeds from. What does the servo do? So on the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder, you have each one of these selectors has basically BMG gears in it, okay? And the filament comes through and it feeds through the front. And if you look at the gear, when I go servo down, one second. It actually compresses the cartridge up top, or the idler, so that it makes contact with the feed gear. These are actually magnetically repulsed. So right now, this filament would actually be grabbed by the Bontac gears to be fed through the encoder, because this is actually an encoder in here. So what it would do is it would unlock, move to the next filament it wants to feed, go down, engage it, and then it would feed the next filament. And with the encoder, it knows exactly how much filament it's feeding, so it feeds it into the tool head exactly. And then there's also the end stop, which is the thing we had the issues with last week, where there is the Hall effect end stop in here that works with a washer that gets pushed in and out of the feeding path by the filament itself, and there's a magnet that pulls it into the way, kind of like the ball bearing system Prusa uses, only this uses a washer. It's just a blade basically. And that's how it knows where the filament is always at, so you're not wasting filament by over or under feeding. So where were we? So install a small PTFE tube. Oh look, I've already done that. To the selector cart in order to ease filament insertion during the calibration phase. Turn the motors off. I think they're off, but I will do that. Okay. Then move by hand the selector in front of a tool. You can start from the first, for example. Okay. Push some 1.75 millimeter filament in the channel and use it to finally adjust the position of the selector. Insert the filament throughout the block and the selector should be rather smooth. Okay, so we're basically going to line it up using some filament. Let's get some filament here. I might be able to need to see this. Okay. So basically using the filament so that this knows where it's lined up. So we're lined up with feeder 0, because in computers it starts at 0. And then remove the filament from the channel, then use G-code, ERCF calibrate selector tool N, where N is the number. This will make a selector homing move and then report the console the resulting position of the tool. Okay, report manually this value in variable selector array in the... Oh, okay, I see what it does. So basically what it looks like we're gonna do, and then repeat, yeah. So what we're doing is we're basically lining it up with each feeder. So in this case, it would be calibrator 0, and then it would home 2.5. So now it knows where it's got to be. So let's do number 2. Okay. And that's 22.4. And then I guess we just keep doing that. And then 3 or 2. Yeah, so this way now it always knows where it's at. And that is 43. Yeah, that's what the encoder is for. The encoder is to get around that. And the encoder itself, I think it's just a Hall effect sensor and a Bondtech gear, basically, or something like that. So 3 is 96.
Have my money.
The thing I'm not looking forward to is once we get this set up, it's the tuning. It's the slicer tuning. Because that part's always fun. Okay, 4 is 90. And then I'll check on the comments in a second here. And 5. Is 111.2. There we go. Okay, let me check on the comments. No, I've not made a carrot patch. So what, for those that don't know what the carrot patch is, the carrot patch is basically an accessory to this that basically feeds the filament too, and when it does the retraction, it auto winds back up the spool, so you don't get all that extra floppy filament hanging around. If you go to the link in the description for the GitHub for this, it should be in there. I probably won't be building one simply for the fact is I don't have room for it. I'm probably going to have to go vertical. So I'm probably going to try a rep box. This could work with any printer. Yep, this will work with any printer with Klipper. I know a few. I don't know if I'm the first to put it on a switch wire, but I know a lot of people have them on V2s. But it's just Klipper. It'll work with any printer that's running Klipper. With all the macros, it can technically also work with RepRap firmware, but nobody's gone through and done all the macros to convert it over. In theory, it can work. It's just somebody has to do all the programming for it. Somebody's done that. I'm pretty sure, though, Marlin is out of the picture, though. So, or at least would be quite a bit of work. What am I missing here? There we go. Okay. Okay, so where are we at now? So I have all this. Let me zoom in so I can actually read this. You know, I'm wearing my glasses. I need to get new ones. So channel position. Okay, so I need to update that in ERCF software. What is that variable called? Is variable color selector. Where is that at? Oh, there it is. I think that's it right there. Variable color selector to position for that button. There we go. Okay. So 2.5. So depending, and this is the thing with the joy of 3D printing. You know, everyone builds it from the same STLs and potentially the same components. Depending on how your end stop is positioned, if your parts are slightly over extruded, under extruded, your Z is slightly off, your X and Y are slightly off, you're always going to have a difference. You're always going to have to tweak something. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Okay, save and restart. Oh, and I think I missed a donation. I'm sorry. Bob the Slav, €2. Thank you. Or no, £2. Sorry, £2. Have my money. Thank you. Appreciate it. Estikyle. 50 knock. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's no room for questions, so here's a paste bin. Yeah, that's the problem. I think a lot of people jumped into the like 9 feeders or 12 feeders and then went, oh wait, where am I going to put all these filaments? Like I've already got a wall full of filament. Having issues printing my Enraged Rabbit Calibrator, lots of issues with overhangs. I will say, this is probably the most demanding in terms of having proper tolerances print I've done. There are so many pieces that have to line up perfectly or snap together, or you have like washers that have to fit in very small slots. I would keep doing the voron calibration prints, or even just like if you've printed a voron already, like you need to have your ABS bang on. This is designed with ABS in mind. I'm not sure how well it would function with fitment and whatnot. If you tried anything else, you'll probably have to scale and play around. Can the carrot patches be wall mounted? I'm not sure, but I'm tempted to just grab a rep box and just, this will go there, rep box on the wall right there, boom, bang, done. Every time I go to change a spool, I'll have to climb on top of the desk, but it is what it is. I only have so much room in this room. Okay, so we have that. Repeat, then reload. Okay, so I've done that. So encoder behavior. So while the selector is in front of a tool, push some filament in. Okie dokie, I can do that. Let's go with 2. Okay. So the LED stays the same when the filament doesn't move. Okay, so the LED should be blinking. So let's see here. So you should see an LED in here. I don't know if you can see it on screen, but there's an LED blinking and not blinking every time I... Yeah. So there's an LED in there. That is the encoder doing its thing. Because right now it's not engaged. I can just pull the filament through. What's a rep box? It is a filament storage thingamajig. This is a rep box.
Been wanting to build a V2.4 and now considering the carrot feeder too, thanks to this stream. Slightly smiling face.
Build another ERCF just to load it back into the rep box. Tim Larson, 50, thank you. Appreciate Lurka here. Been wanting to build a V2.4 and now considering the carrot feeder too. Go for it. But yeah, I need to get one. Right now, I don't have any of that kind of thing. So, wrong button. That one. So we know it blinks. Note that moving the filament fast will just make the LED appear red. It's simply blinking really fast. Okay, that's good to know. Use G-code. This will display the current encoder position. Make sure this value does increase when you move the filament. Okay, so G-code position. So right now it's at 534. So if I pull some filament out, and then run that again, it's at 550. Neat. So let's see where we're, okay, let's zero it there. There's a little tick on this piece of filament. So it's at 576. And let's pull out 100 millimeters of filament. Okay, so that's a little bit over. Push it back in. Yeah, that's about 100 millimeters. That's eyeballed 100 millimeters. Yeah. Would help if I actually measured it. Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay. So it moves. I don't know how accurate it is. Oh, I think we got to calibrate it later. Sounds like it might come with an 8-spool version to support the Palette Pro. Don't get a Palette Pro. I'm sorry. The Palette guys are like, I don't know what the heck they're doing. The Palette doesn't work with Klipper at all. And they don't say that anywhere on any of their stuff. They say it supports popular printers and then it lists a bunch of printers, but it doesn't say anything about firmwares. And considering it's a hobbyist, upper tier hobbyist thing, you think somebody would try and slap it on a Klipper machine at some point. And I know several people who have purchased them to put on machines running Klipper, not necessarily vorons, like I've seen in other communities as well, where people have bought them and they just won't work with their printer. They can't do anything with it. It's like severely limited on what they're able to do. My palette. DKO, are you using a palette 2 or palette 3? Because the palette 3 has its own Raspberry Pi in it, and as far as I know, they can't talk to each other. Yeah, the palette 2 Pro works. The palette 2 works. There's like a hack for it that they made, and now it's implemented in Klipper. So the palette 2 works. The palette 3 has its own Raspberry Pi in it, and it runs Octoprint Canvas. So you have to basically use their... I'm just going off what people have told me. I don't have one. But you have to use their software and their slicing and whatever, and it controls the printer. And the way Klipper works is it can't have something slaved to it to tell it what to do, because that's Klipper's job. So, yeah. Can't you use the carrot feeder with a Bondtech LGX? That's a Bondtech LGX. That's carrot feeder. We're good to go. Wow, I need to pull focus a little bit there. There we go. I normally stand right here. I don't want to be that blurry. Damn link lost. Read your cough supports. I'm sorry, Estickle. If you're trying to share a link in chat, it won't show up. So, yeah, that's the problem with the palette too. It can't keep up with a fast printer. It's too slow with the slicing. I know a few people have had to really slow them down. Okay, so checking the grip. We now have to tune the top hat lockers for each tool. So for those that don't know, that's these guys. Try and get a position here. So these guys right here, that since the servo just pushes down, there's adjustable pieces up here that are basically shims. So right now I have like 1 installed, I think. And they go like 0 to 5 or something like that. But I got a whole baggie of them here. So what I can do is, because there's no positive, there's no spring to adjust tension. It's either, that's what you get. So you have to adjust it using shims, basically. Okay, motor's off. Put the selector in front of the tool. Push them. Oh, put it in front of the first tool. Okay. So first tool. So spin the printer around again so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so now we got filament in there. Okay, and then put the selector in front of the tool. Put some filament until it sticks out the PTFE. You should be able to grab the filament. Okay. And then ERCF test grip. This will pull the servo down and turn the motors off. Now gently pull the filament. If the grip is good enough, it will make the motor gear turn. Otherwise, the filament will just slip. Okay, so let's see if I can get an angle here. There we go. That works. We're going to leave this angle here for a while. So now when I pull the filament, this should spin if I got proper grip. Okay, it's slipping. Yeah, it's slipping. So yeah, it's slipping. It's slipping. Okay. So now gently pull the filament. Do not pull too fast. This will send too much EMF back to the driver, potentially damage it. And then servo up. Okay. So it looks like it's slipping a bit. Servo up. So swapping the hat. In case the grip is not sufficient, open the ERCF and open the tool latch. Grab the top hat, gently pull it up from the filament block, remove the top hat slider, place it one of higher value. Check the gears for this tool is not dirty because of filament sifting. If so, clean them. Put the top hat back in, close the latch, and check the ERCF. Not all tools will necessarily have the same top hat. Okie dokie. So this is going to be a bit long part now. So let's get this over here. Get my trusty stool of height increasing. Put the camera over here so you guys can see. So we need to adjust. So for those that don't know, if you need to get at these cartridges to fiddle with them or whatever, the fun thing with the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder is you have these locks. So you open the one lock, open the lock on the other side, and the whole thing opens up, and now you can get at these. So now I need to remove that, which I believe it just pops out. Let me... Did it pop out from the back or the front? I can't remember. It's been a while. Oh, wait. Unlock that. Okay, so unlock it from the back. And then that should just pop out. Yep. And so this comes out. And then to adjust the shim. So right now we have one on. And this just slides out. And then I put two on. I'm going to be climbing up that step stool or that step ladder a lot tonight. So that's 3, 3, 4, 4, 2. So these just slide right on. They're climb back up. Let's go to really bad color balance camera. And then what we can also do is double check and make sure everything's lined up. That's one thing I was a little concerned about, was the alignment of everything. So we're good there. Good there. Pop this guy back in. And again, it's magnetic, so that's what holds it up, is just magnetism. They repel. Lock it back on. I actually want to latch. There we go. Put this back down. Lock, lock, put some filament back in. And grip test again. Oh. Oh, that's really tight. That might be too tight. That is way too tight. Control V, motors off. Yep, motors are off. Ooh, yeah, that's way too tight. So actually one was okay. Oh, you know what? The FISA filament I'm using has been, let me get a crappy spool that I can just run out. Yeah. Yeah, let's kill a spool of hips. I'd rather Because every time you do it, it compresses the filament, right? Actually PLA, because I'm going to be using PLA. There we go. We'll use this crappy tangled up PLA. Make sure it actually is 1.75. 1.74. And that'll do. So let's go back to the 1. Compared to the MMU2. Yeah, it's got more bells and whistles to it, that's for sure. Like, it's got much more capability for tuning to like clean up or fix any deficiencies that you have, because you're able to tune stuff a little bit better apparently. But it definitely is not a beginner project. This is not a beginner project. Oh, servo up. There we go. That was crappy filament. Why are you jamming? So I know I broke the old filament. I'm hoping I just didn't. Let's not use the crappy filament. Go with the Replatech. Yeah, generic no-name filament from some printer that I got. Usually not a good idea. Did I get this shirt? No, this is, I got this shirt from Sparta 3D. I don't think they have shirts. Okay, why are you jamming it? Yeah, I got a piece of filament or something stuck in there. There we go. Okay. So grip test. No, it's slipping. So, yeah. Up. Lock. Running Pi 02 on my Ender 5, running input shaper now. Yeah, it should run no problem. Like, I was going to try and test it today, But unfortunately, I just didn't have the time. I was working on the room instead. Wonder if my angle's too much on that, if that's what's causing the issue. Okay, grip test. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm overextending. Servo up. Let me check machine. Hardware. Servo. Nope, software then, maybe. So down angle, let's try 130. I think I was overdoing it. I'm watching it when the servo goes down, like according to the spec, it's supposed to be 140. And I thought it was, but I swapped out to the printed one because it fitted better. And that might be what's causing my issue right now. Grip test. Okay, it's pinching the filament. Okay, so the filament is getting grabbed. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so 2's good. Oh yeah, 2's good. If you can like pinch it as hard as you can. Yeah, actually no, I don't like that. Brian's here apparently. Hello, Brian. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, it's still not gripping it enough. Okay. Go to 3. Servo up. You can feel it, it's gripping it, but it's not actually like engaging it. So go over to number 3 now. I was talking with Ette, who's the designer of this thing, in the voron Discord, and like, you're brave to do this live, because there's a lot of tweaking and tuning to this thing. Like, this is definitely an in-depth, like, thing. It's not like just slapping a printer together. But I mean, looking at some of the demo prints I've seen these do, it's I would say it's quite worth it. Okay. And grip test. That's still slipping. Yeah, still slipping. So we're up. The ERCF has its own secondary board. Yes, it does. You can actually wire this up to your controller if you have 2 free stepper drivers, but most people do not, depending on their existing setup. So if you built a standard printer with like an octopus, and you only need like 4 stepper drivers or 5, yeah, you probably have extra. But not everyone builds a normal printer with a 1, 2, 3, 4 with an octopus. Increase the down angle again. Let me double check my down angle. Actually, like, get up there and check. Double check the down angle. Because I was playing around with it last week after stream to get that part set up, and I might have overlooked it. So let's go to 130. See where we're sitting at. Okay. 135. 140. Yeah, see, it's bottomed out. It's bottomed right out. $120. Yeah, and then 140 would bring me, I think that overextends it. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what's doing. Okay, I'm overdoing it with the servo. Okay, I see what's going on. Servo up. Yeah. So I'm overextending it. So what's happening is, if I put some filament here, I was overextending the servo. And what was happening was that it was pushing it, if you look at the manual here, it was pushing it like up higher and it was actually tilting it. So I was losing grip. So let's drop it down to 120 and see what we got. Yeah, it's still slipping. But we're on the wrong one. Servo up. Okay. So, machine, software, servo angle 120, save restart, and try this again. I know you can get 24 volt off the PSU for LEDs, but can I run some white LEDs off the Octopus 12? I would never run like 12 volt anything off a 24 volt and rely on PWM to control it. Get a buck converter at that point. Where would one look up questions? I think like there's like an open channel for mods on the Voron Discord would probably be your best bet at this point. Okay, ERCF test grip. No, G code ain't a proper command. Yeah, it's still slipping. Why are you still slipping? So we're up. Let's take a look. This would be a lot easier if I didn't have to get 20 feet up in the air every time. Yeah, anyone who tells you that, oh, you could just run a 12 volt fan at 24 volt, just PWM it down, is like proper. That's not the right way to do things. Okay. So we're good there. Let me double check the gear, make sure it's tight. Where are my bits at? Ugh. I hate having to work this high up in the air. Nope. There we go. Okay. That one's lined up good. Why are you not grabbing? That is what I'm wondering about. Like, it should be grabbing. So I even got like number 4 in there, which is like the... Put that in there. Lock that. So that moves like that. So if I push that down, yeah, see? Okay, something's not right, because even if I squeeze the heck out of this, it's not engaging. Something's not right. Something's not right. These aren't engaging. Okay, what's going on here? Back up top. So why aren't you engaging? Sure, that's all good. That's all good there. Fitment's good. Magnets flush below the surface. Magnets flush below the surface. For some reason, it's not pushing down enough to get sufficient grip. Huh. Try just one. Here. So we got the filament going through. So if I push down, yeah, see, it'll feed filament, but it's not really grabbing it. What is going on here? Oh, wait. Nope, that's not that one. So that one's got an issue there with the center cartridge hitting. So I can fix that there. That's a clearance issue. That's easy to fix. This is really weird. Are you holding my mouth? No? Why am I holding my mouth? Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. It's not wanting to engage the filament. I check the gears are aligned. They only go in one way. They have to be aligned. There's no way for them to not be aligned. Like everything has little cutouts, and like the gears can only go in one way. I'm expecting too much for a small gear. Well, it should be able to like at least like it does feed it. It does feed it, but the thing is, like, let me feed a bunch out. There's like no teeth marks on this. Yeah, it's like I might as well be pushing it with 2 rubber rollers because it's got like no tooth marks on it. Let's see if anyone in chat. Cheap BMGs, yeah. I don't think it's the gears though. Let me see here. Because even like, you know, you get an M4 here. You feed some filament through it. You latch it. When you pull the filament, the whole thing spins. And these are cheap BMG again. So yeah. Go Beyblade. So it should be gripping. The question is, why is it not? Why are you not gripping the filament? Does anyone have the specs for what should be the size of a BMG gear? Where are the actual sizes of, where are they? Well, I tried the first three, and the first three don't work. So I remember seeing 8mm, and these are 8mm right on. And then the feed path is 7.5. I've taken the servos out of the equation. I put my own weight onto it. Oh yeah, you would never build one of these with legit Bontex. It'd be way overpriced. So I'm wondering if it's a fitment issue with... Okay, so that's clearing there, that's clearing there, so that's all clearing. So that's all clearing. Let me try this one on the end here. Okay, so servo is out of the equation. I am just pushing on it with my hands. I feel it rocking, like it doesn't want to sit flush. Eh, moved a bit. Yeah, it's... I don't know what's going on here. Can the motor side of the gear not be aligned? I don't believe so, because it's... Yeah, it's got bearings on each side, so it's located. It is located. .3 minor diameter. Okay, I'm measuring 7.5 minor diameter for like inside the feed area. Let's check all the rods. So I checked the first one. The first one's good. So let's pop all these out. All the climbing today. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, they're all lined up. Just double check though, I am gonna retighten all of them. Yeah, nothing's loose. Yeah, everything looks okay. I don't see any sign that it's kind of funky. Wish you had a good luck with the stream with this. Everyone, have a good night. Take care. So yeah, so that's all that. looks good there. A lot of people are running these. Well, not a lot. There's a dozen plus now, I think. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm having this issue. Because the thing is, it's gripping the filament. It's just not gripping it what it should be. Like, I'm expecting it to be gripping it the same amount as like an extruder would. But it's not. So I'm trying to figure out why it's not. That is the $10 million question. So I have them all out except for one, so I should be able to actually see now. Yeah, grabbed it for a minute there. It is just not gripping it. I think it's the gears. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it is the gears. Let's check here. Remove the pull-up. So I think, let me grab some gears out of a known working one. Okay. Well, here, we'll take a dog break. Hey, Coda. Hey, buddy. You want a treat? Where did I put your treats? Oh. Sit. Paw. Oh boy. Duff 699, doggo. Oh, you see, now you're just drooling all over the floor.
Doggo.
Oh my god, where? I don't think I have paper towels in here anymore. Shoot. If I slip and fall, it's your fault. Ah. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. Get out of here, you drooly mutt. Good boy. Okay, so we've got an 8mm ID or OD, and then the filament path is 7.5. On this one, again, this is also just a generic one. OD is 8.03, and the filament path is 7.3. So we got about a 2 thou difference on the filament path. Or 0.2 mil, so that's 8 thou. So if it's 8 thou per side, that might be the issue. Let me put this in here. See if that fixes it. Or at least alleviates it a bit. Yeah, it's still not doing it. Okay, it's grabbing it now. Okay, let's try putting that on. I'm getting some new filament. Okay. Servo test grip. Nope, same thing. It doesn't have the balls. Why is this not gripping? Why is this not gripping? Servo up. So it'd be a lot easier if Ette was here, because I could just go, hey, Ette, what should I be looking for? And be like, oh, do this. I'd be like, oh, that solved my problem. Thank you. But nope. Joys of intertransatlantic travel. Yeah, the stream is gripping. So I'm wondering if I'm overdoing it. The thing is, like, I can't go and switch the gears easily. I know, but I'd rather have it doing it properly. You know what? I'll skip it for now. We'll go back to using one. I'm gonna mix these up just to roll the dice and hopefully, hey, maybe it was just, you know, mix and match them made it work. But we'll skip it for now. Just so we can continue on. So I know you guys probably want to do that because it's already 9:30. There's a little piece of plastic in here. There we go. Okay, so I'll fiddle around with that after, why we're having issues with the grip. It does grip it. It is gripping it. It's just not gripping it as much as the manual calls out for. Like, I can turn the knob and I could feel it get pulled in and out. So it is gripping it. It's just not gripping as much as the manual says. So we're not having a bad day, Chris. We're learning. It's the whole point of these streams. For those that don't know, like, this stream is the stream, and whatever happens on the stream happens on the stream. So yes, it sometimes works out that it's good enough to be a build guide, but like, I bounce off topic all the time. So the streams are never meant to be a one-for-one follow along, and it's all live, so whatever happens, happens. So sometimes we run into minor issues. Just like most people do. That's why there's help channels on the Voron Discord, because not everyone gets through it the first time. No problems. Okay, so we did that. First home. Okay, it's now time to load the tool with some filament using real spools. Whatever buffer or spool rewinder solution you're using, make sure that, okay. So we don't have real spools. So we are gonna have to hodgepodge some way of holding a bunch of spools. How we are gonna do that? I don't know. So I need to hold a bunch of spools. I don't have a rep box yet. That'll work. Put 2 spool holders on the ender. I don't know where I put it. Like, I'm just gonna use the good old fashioned the filament stick attached to something. If I can figure out something to attach it to. Yeah, we'll just feed it through here and just put a thing on it. Right? We'll use these little spools. We're gonna just do 3. Oh, that's ABS. Can't do ABS on this guy. That's hips. Why do I have hips? Why do I have hips out? Oh wait, no, that's PLA. That's PLA. Okay. That's really old PLA. And we'll go with some blue. So we'll just do 3. We'll do 3 spools for now. Read my buy me a coffee support. Okay.
Read your buy me a coffee support messages.
1 second here. I get the details. I don't have it on this computer. I'll have to check it after stream. Reply to you after stream, because I don't have my login info and everything on this computer. This computer is relatively sanitized. I don't keep anything on this computer except for pretty much stream support. So yeah, we're going with the stick of holding, along with the where I put it. Oh, yeah. So we're going to be using the traditional stick of holding with the F clamp of supportness, and we are going to make ourselves a filament delivery system. That would be that, you know, Pooch himself would be proud of. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll put that there, and we'll kind of put that there, and then I'll zip tie that, and then I'll zip tie that, and we'll be good, right? Yeah. That'll work. Because, you know, relying on printed handles and zip ties to structurally support several kilograms of plastic is totally a legit thing that we are doing today. Where did the spool end and begin? Well, I didn't think it'd be asking me to put on full spools yet. Okay, so we're gonna put one there. Yeah, this will totally work, guys. This is totally gonna work. So one spool, two spools, and three spools. So we'll just start with three, and we'll go from there. Nope, don't clip that part. That wasn't an accident. I meant for that to happen. I wanted to see what would happen if it would fall and what got damaged. Because, you know, it's good to know what's in the barrel. There we go. See? You guys thought this wouldn't work. You guys were wrong to doubt my skills. There we go. Yeah, that's how you run filament, right? Okay, so now time to load the spools. Whatever buffer spool or winder solution you're using, make sure that spools are fully loaded. In case you use buffers, spools are easy to pull from. Put the filaments in the ERCF blocks. Make sure all filament tips are in the parking position between the gears and the magnetic gate. Okie dokie. So we'll start on the far side. And feed this guy in. Where's the duct tape? We use zip ties here, so we're professional. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna want to pull out, I think. Ah! I need, like, something. 1 second. That ain't gonna work. I know I have one tube. Two tube. There we go. Crappy Bowden tube to the rescue. So what I'm going to do is just kind of shove some Bowden tube in there to kind of act like a, hope the friction kind of helps. And keeps it kind of from going all over the place. More zip ties, don't cross the streams. So put you in there. Actually, yeah, you're the second, yeah. There we go, okay. And then Because basically, honestly, the plan was to get this all tested out and get everything calibrated to the point where we were ready to go to print if we wanted to print, and then stop there. And then I was going to get a rep box, and then what we would do is the stream would be, we'd build a rep box, load it up, and then start the first print with it. So that's why I'm a little unprepared for this, because I didn't read ahead in the manual. Okay, so we got filament loaded. Okay, cool. ERCF home. Okay. Okay. So it loaded. Okay. The ERCF will engage the spool. Check if the filament ready to go in the first. Knowing the filament is not in selector, it will then home. Go to the first spool. Load a first bit, a few centimeters, and then encoder, and then unload and disengage. That's it. Your ERCF is now home. Home in the ERCF allows it to know where the filament cart is. It has to be done every time the system is rebooted, or okay. So every time you start off, you have to do an ERCF home. Okay. So gear steps calibration. We now need to calibrate the gear motor steps. To do that, we'll use tool 0 of the ERCF. This is mandatory. Okay. So select that. Okay. Okay, that is enabled. Okay. ERCF load. The filament in tool 0 should now be loaded by a few centimeters, sticking out from the small PTFE tube. I gotta hit load. Okay, ERCF load. Okay, so it is loading. It is moving filament. It's so again, for those that were wondering why we still, it's according to the manual, doing a test, I should be able to pull the filament with the motors off and the gear should spin. It wasn't doing that. We've skipped that. We're moving on to just kind of letting it ride as is. So I'll probably go talk to Ette, the creator, and make sure there's nothing I skipped or I'm missing or whatever. Okay, so now filament tool 0 should be loaded a couple millimeters. In case it doesn't, either cut the PTF, make sure you use ERCF motors off to go for that. Okay, cut flush the filament at the PTF in. Okay. So in my case, it's not sticking out past the end of the PTFE tube. So what I'm going to do is just cut the PTFE tube shorter. And go, yeah. There we go. Because the only reason you need this little PTFE tube is just so that the filament doesn't get caught on the inside collet of the Bowden tube. Ooh, I cut that too short. I cut that too short. I don't want it to get stuck in there. Ooh. Okay, so I need to cut it at... I swear, I lose black markers more than anyone. I don't know how I go through so many black markers. Okay. Okay, so cut it flush. Okay. Cut the flush. This will be our reference point. ERCF test move gear. This will slowly push around 200 millimeters of filament. Once done, measure precisely what is the real extruded length. Either measure the place of the filament or cut flush. Blah blah blah. Apply the form. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're doing the calibration. Calibrations. Okay, go. Give you a camera angle to look at for this while it extrudes filament. Go. It said slow. That wasn't exactly slow, but let's roll with that. Now it says 200 millimeters. So how much do we have? How much do we have? I think we went a little bit more, but we'll see. Oh, geez. 199 millimeters. So we need old step distance by measured millimeters divided by 200. So machine, ERCF hardware. Which one is it? It is the manual stepper selector or the gear. Yeah, it's this guy. Yeah, right. It's the... Yeah, this is the gear stepper. Yeah, this is the gear. Okay, so get my calculator out. So my original value is 0.0125 times measured distance was 198 or 99 equals divided by 200 equals. That is now my value. So I will put that in there. Save and restart. And now we trim it again. And we test it again. And we should be bang on. $200. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I can dig it. I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it. Okay, encoder calibration. It is assumed that you still have the filament of tool slightly loaded, e.g. a few centimeters after the encoder. If not, you can, okay, so we already got filament out. So now we calibrate encoder. This will push and then pull back 50 centimeters of filament 5 times in a row and measure for each move the number of increments measured by the encoder. Make sure you have those 50 centimeters of filament available for the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder to push. In case you may need to change the length of the test, use this parameter. Once done, the result will be in the klipper console. Okay, and then write that. So I'm gonna go get a drink. We're gonna take a little break. And I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just gonna run upstairs and grab myself a drink. So, burb. And you guys go get a drink too. And I am back. Tonight on tap, We have ourselves some wonderful Alexander Keith's Indian Pale Ale. Ooh, that's good. Hide the buffalo. What buffalo? The buffalo is behind the smash button, so make sure you like that smash button. Okay, so now that we have something to drink while the machine does stuff, we are calibrating the encoder. So it's gonna extrude 50 centimeters and then suck it back. And then extrude 50 centimeters and then suck it back. So, YOLO. That is really spinning, holy shoot. So the problem is, every time it pulls it back in, it looks like it's pulling back in further than it pushed out. Or am I just seeing things? Yeah, resulting resolution for the encoder is that. What is going on with Klipper? Every time I must need to flash my motherboard, looks like I'm using Marlin now. WTF. Sven, it depends. Like, in the past year, I think there's only been 2 Klipper updates pushed that have required firmware reflashing of your motherboard. The most recent one was a pretty big change that depreciated a lot of outdated terms and whatnot. And really, it's only SKRs you have to do. Like some boards you can do over USB. It's just the SKRs because they're SKRs. You have to do it that way. Okay, write this new value for the encoder in the ERCF software CFG. Okay. But yeah, honestly, with Klipper, unless like a new feature, read the change logs. Nobody ever reads the change logs. Read the change logs, see if anything in the change log affects you. If it's like, hey, I accidentally forgot a period on this description, and we fixed an issue that affects people that are only printing with an ANET A8. Don't bother updating. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, where's Encoder at? But that's just me. Save and restart. New Klipper can flash over SD card over USB since those boards appear to be US drive. Yeah, like right now this machine is running, I don't know, this version of Klipper. 0.9, 0.1. Yeah, see, it just upgraded to version 10, so that's a pretty big jump. But I'm fine. I'm not having any issues, so. Need advice drilling a 2.4 bed. If you're on the Voron Discord, look at the help videos. I have a video pinned in there on how to drill a bed. Okay. You now have different values for load and unload direction, up to 5 counts. This is not an issue. However, you have Oh, wait, what? Okay. can have different values for the load and unload directions up to around 5 counts. This is not an issue. However, if you have very inconsistent results, either on the same direction, either a standard deviation higher than 1.5 or between the two directions, you probably have some issues with your encoder and you should check. It's important that the BMG are clean. So let's see here. So, okay, I see what you mean. Okay. So 717, 715, 718, 719, 721, 727. Ooh, that's a big one. 727, 731. Yeah, so it does look like I'm having an issue with that, but I can correct that. You know I have treats in here now. That's why you're coming down here all the time. He's just whining? Oh my god. Sit. Speak. Ooh. You gonna howl? Ooh.
Sing.
Sing. Sing, Coda. Sing. Okay. Little guy's sleeping. I shouldn't push it too much.
He knows I'm going to bed, so he's like, I gotta get one more treat.
Yeah. Duff $6.99. Fine, doggo.
He's like, alright.
Silly dog. So when it's saying standard deviation of 1.5, is that like the number 1.5 or? Oh, standard deviation.
Fine,
Okay, I see what I mean.
doggo.
Okay. Yeah, see, I'm getting a standard deviation of like 8. That's not good. Yeah, you're not getting all the treats tonight.
The wash is done. I'm gonna switch loads.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm having an issue with the standard deviation. You probably have some issues with the encoder. You should check it. It is important that the BMG gear facing the IR sensors are clean. I can't remember if I did that. I think the whole encoder can come right off. It's not a huge deal. So I'll check that afterwards. Okay, eject and reload. So okay. And then reload firmware. Okay.
Doggo is good boy.
I think we can print now? Like, don't quote me on this, but I think we can print now. ERCF position, the ERCF is all where you want. It's recommended to minimize the reverse bowden length to get the swaps. So we have that there. That's I hit the wrong button. Okay, once the ERCF is properly installed and the printer toolhead sensors, we perform very last calibration. ERCF calibrate. This will home the Enraged rabbit carrot feeder Load tool 0 to the tool head and stop when the filament is detected by the tool head sensor. This will be the reference loading length. Okay, I see. So first, I need to update my printer here because this guy has an LGX and I don't think I have it changed over to an LGX. So let me just steal some numbers from V226 quickly. Yeah, so copy that. Copy. Stepper Y, stepper Z, or stepper E, extruder, extruder, extruder. There we go. Okay. So now we need to do ERCF home, right? So what it is ERCF home? Okay. Okay. This will push and then pull the filament back 50 centimeters 5 times in a row. Okay. Oh wait, no, let's skip that. So ERCF calibrate. I need to get all filament on this now. Shoot. I need to get 3 more spools. Okay, guys. Un momento. This is going to be deliciously sketch. But I need to load it up. Load it up. More. More filament. I'm trying to use all my shitty spools. I don't want to like use a good spool on this. See, it'd be easier if I had rollers. Well, this sucks because now I can't take that out easily. 1 second here. You do have 3, then move them to the last 3 tools. Yeah, but it does it automatically. It'll automatically swap between, it'll do all of them until it's out, I believe. Plus, it'll make a funny picture with everything on. Quick, somebody tell me what the tensile strength of filament spools are, or of zip ties. I want to make sure I don't accidentally overload the 2 zip ties. Hey, V226 is living its best life. 18 pounds. Okay, we're good. So I got 2 of them. We're good. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're good, guys. We are good. Put the handle back on just in case to make sure it doesn't fall. There we go. What's my purpose? You hold the spools. Okay. So now we do ERCF calibrate. And it should, what it's doing now is it'll feed filament. Down to the tool head. The sensor should detect it, and then it'll pull it back up and switch to the next one. So, oh, it's heating up. It's heating up. What filament spool vendor is on the Delta? That is Replatech. They're Canadian. I need to hit them up again and go back. I need to make some filament live. You know, some guy named David apparently has a place and he's bugging me to go visit him. Apparently they do stuff there. They make filament in boxes or something. Which I'm disappointed every time somebody references the BOFA, nobody goes for the obvious joke. And it's getting really annoying because I'm waiting for somebody to do that. Oh my god, that overshoot. This is making me miss Revo. I need a Revo in this. Updated to Klipper View 1.0. Fun with things that do not work afterwards. I know. That's why I didn't update. Read the changelogs, guys. A lot of stuff was depreciated. Do I have any Alta stick? I do not. All my flex plates are either energetic or LDO supplied for the most part. BOFA D's printers. Yes, BOFA D's printers are cool. Whoa. Should I unlock that? Am I supposed to have... So funny. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have the LGX unloaded. Like, unlocked at this point. Hey, it did a filament swap, fine. Yay. Oop. Don't tell me it's not reading right now. Oh god, the tool head sensor is being a butt. Ah, shoot. Yep, the tool head sensor is doing its thing where it thinks it's tripped. And it's not. Dang it. But on the bright side, it's actually feeding. Like, it's working. It's just deciding that it's... I know it's not supposed to do that. It's... we had an issue last week with the... shoot. Let me see here. Let me find... shoot, what's the command to check the... query end stops? Because it's an end stop. It's the tool head sensor is being all screwy. Query end stops. In the tool head. Yeah, it's the Hall effect in the tool head. We had issues with it last week, and I thought we had it fixed. But apparently, we do not. So, there's a command for it. I can't remember what the command is to test it. Query something, something, something. I can't remember what it was. Let's take a look here. Where is... Where is it? Ah, shoot. I'm trying to find where it was. Adam, it's definitely not a this definitely isn't a simple build. This is actually like an actual like hobbyist, like, not query end stops. There's another one for just querying the tool head sensor. Somebody gave it to me last week and I can't remember what it was. And I'm tempted to look up. Yeah, there's a macro to check it. Hey, DFH, it's working. It's just that tool head sensor is being a butt again. Try again. Query tool head sensor. There it is. Okay. Paste. Nope, no, wrong button. No, that's not it. Not query. Query underscore. Query filament sensor. That's what it is. Query filament sensor. Error on inquiry missing sensor. What the heck? It's not working. Query sensor, filament sensor. Nope, that's not it either. Rui. Like, I could just check last week's stream. Because I know I did it a bunch on last week's stream. There we go. It's query filament underscore sensor, sensor equal toolhead sensor. There we go. Okay. So query underscore filament underscore sensor space sensor equals toolhead sensor. Filament not detected. Okay, so let's try this again. ERCF calibrate. Okay, now it goes to another one. Oh. Oh, I forgot to home it. Wait, what? Must home action first. What do you mean must home action first? The filament come out. Ah, shoot. I forgot to home it first. Firmware restart. Am I printing yet? No, we're trying to calibrate it. So ERCF home. Okay, so it feeds a little filament out, goes back. Okay, so ERCF calibrate. Now it's feeding it down. Till the sensor. I wish I had some sort of way of knowing when that sensor tripped. It's still feeding it down. Okay, now it pulls it out. And it should push another filament in. Okay, so what? Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? So, I'm thinking there's something in the, oh, okay, let me check here. Because the first one it does a 500 millimeter move, and now it's doing 400 millimeter moves. So what is going on? Got to tell it to load more filament. Yeah, no, it's not skipping. It on the first tool it does a 500 millimeter load, and then every other tool it's only doing 400 millimeters. So I can see it on the tune page of mainsail. Okay, let it finish this thing. Okay. Where's the tune page of mainsail? Console, no. Height map, no. G-code files, history. No. Machine, where's the tune page? I see no tune page. Okay. Only goes to the tool head sensor on the first channel. All the others are not full loads. Oh! Waiting for that spaghetti. This is how it's supposed to work. Okay, did I misread it? So load tool 0 to the tool head and then stop when the filament is detected. This will be the reference load length. Unload the filament, load the next tool, perform the measurement with the encoder to determine the gear ratio to apply for this tool. Okay, so it's verifying the gear ratio, because each one will be slightly different depending on the gears. Unload the filament, repeat the last 3 steps. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I was wrong. So I was assuming it was going down to the tool head. And it is not. It only does that for the first one. Okay, please reload the filament. Reload the firmware for the calibration to be active. Okay. Firmware, restart. There we go. So now, testing filament swaps. Before the ERCF on multi-material prints, it is important to check that the complete filament swap sequence works well. To do that, do several filament swaps out of print as described below. Okay. So, wait, oh shoot, did I restart Klipper or restart firmware? I don't think it'll matter. Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure it's saved. Okay. So use code T equals N. What? Okay. In case you want to load a specific filament out of print, either when your printer is in idle or during a pause, use T equals N. This will home the ERCF if it's not homed already. Unload an already loaded filament if there is any. Load the filament tool next. Okay, this won't purge. Okay, do a ramming. Okay, so let's heat this up. So, ERCF home. Okay, and now I just want to double check in here that these stupid numbers that I measured are actually saved. Loading distances. Okay, here's the unloading macro. Ooh, that's a big one. Okay. Yeah, Revo barely overshoots, if that. Okay, so now I need to load. So is there a macro to get me some filament in the tool head? Because the tool head is hot. I want to load. Load tool. Load. What would that be? What would that be? T0. Load filament and extruder, or I could just hit the button. Oh no. It thinks it's at the tool head. Nope. Yeah, okay. ERCF home. Okay. So one of these is get me filament to the tool head. ERCF is filament in extruder. Must home access first. I did home it. Unless it's asking me to home all. Okay, ERCF home. Okay, so ERCF load tool. Nope, okay. So select tool 0. That's the active, okay. Load tool. Change tool, check to resume. How do I get it to load filament all the way to the end? Because right now I just want it to like extrude like 25 millimeters of filament, right? Extrude 25 millimeters, extrude. But it won't. Oh! I'm a dummy. I just realized the my extruders are probably all set up still for dual. Yeah, I gotta go through and fix all this. Yeah. I'll do that later. Because you know what? I think we're gonna end the stream here. Because right now, or actually wait, shoot. So I have 2 extruders. Extruder, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Bondtech LGX. Extruder 1. Yeah, okay, so that actually doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay. So what? T0. T0. Okay, T0. Extruder is already active. Extrude. T0. T1. Activating extruder 1. Nothing's happening. What? I just got here. Trying to figure out why. See, this is the thing. I'm not hopping into the like chat or anything to help with this because I know a lot of people. There's a lot of macro wizardry with this thing. Okay, it's just kind of sitting there. ERCF home. So how do I get it to push filament to the thing? Select tool. I did select tool. Tool 0. During ERCF operation, you know, we'll just skip the testing. We'll assume it works. During ERCF operation, the system will trigger ERCF pause if an issue is detected. When this happens, the tool will be parked, waiting for the user to intervene. Here's what you need to do in such event. Okay. Clog detection mode, so it can detect if there's a clog. That's cool. Endless spool mode. That's cool. Slicer settings. Okay, so we're going to download. So we're going to go with Prusa Slicer. What version of Prusa Slicer do I have? 2.3. Let's install the newer version of Prusa Slicer. I want 2.4. Okay, why is it trying to tell me 2.3? Where's 2.4? I want 2.4. DC Sublime, $10. Penalty for staying up late. Oh, I do have macros for T1 and T2. Shoot. Good point, good point. I had... Shoot. T0.
Penalty for showing up late.
Good point, good point. This was a Y-splitter setup previously. Extruder 1, delete all that. Extruder 1, delete all that. G-code macro T0, get rid of that. Okay, save and restart. Okay, so let's try that again. Because I forgot that I had a Y-splitter on this previously, so it had macros already. I thought 2.4 was out. Yeah, because Prusa Slicer 2.4 has a whole bunch of MMU or like multi-material stuff that I want to try. That's why. There we go. Alpha 3. Download. Okay, so that's that. So now let's try. So T0. Loading filament to extruder. There we go. Let's move this up. This is why I like Core XZ. Okay, here's the thing though. The sensor is below the LGX. So how's the LGX supposed to feed it? Like, extrude. Like when I'm telling it to extrude, it's not extruding. Yeah, I got it downloaded. Why aren't you extruding? Why aren't you extruding? Okay, well, let's try T1 or T0. T1. Forming tip and unloading filament. Why aren't you working? Something is going on here. What's going on? Don't touch the fan. Something is going on with my extruder not wanting to extrude. Which hot end fan do you use? I just use whatever cheap China one I have. Okay. How satisfying? Oh, it's gonna be good. I'm just trying to figure out why my extruder doesn't want to extrude right now. Console, machine, printer, extruder. So let's see. So which one do I have it plugged into? Extruder 1. Do I need to be home to extrude? I don't believe so. An extruder should just extrude. Like the extrude command should just tell it to extrude. But I did rewire this. And I just want to make sure I didn't goof and, you know, not plug the extruder in. Yeah, it's plugged in. Scale 1.3, pinout. Okay, so we got you know what? I have it wired up wrong. I think I have the pairs wrong. Yep, that makes sense. Let's see here. No, that works. So, let's see. So we got E0 is hooked up correctly. The pins for E0 are 2, 2, 1, 3, 11. Machine, mainsail, no, printer. That would do it. Extruder won't work if it doesn't have the right pins assigned to it. Yeah. So let me just double check this is the right one. So stepper X. So 22, 26, and 21. 22, 26, 21. Yeah, okay. So extruder 0 is, my direction is pin 11. So I had it set for extruder 1. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, my step pin is 213. And my enable pin is 212. So I was a genius apparently, and on my when this was set up for a Y splitter, it had I had my E0 and E1 backwards. Oh well. Next project will be squirting lemon juice. Oh no, after this, we're going back to hardware. I like hardware. There we go. Now the stepper isn't working, so now we know we got it right. So machine, printer. Oh, listen to that baby hum. Yep. So I think we have the pairs backwards. So no, that would be... Here, let's try and enable it. So if I try to extrude 1 millimeter. Okay. So now I shouldn't be able to do it. It should be locked up. Okay. So that's locked up. So that means my 2 are backwards, right? So I have to take the 2 pairs and do I swap them or do I invert them? Because right now I got like AB, AB. Oh, this is going to be fun to flip now. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, the joys of legacy code. There we go. Something moved. Oh, it's just a tool head. Whatever. Okay. So obviously I have something bunged up with my wires here. Oh, you think I could just invert the pin? Well, no, it wouldn't be inverted. It's stalling out, like the motor's locking up. So I think if it's when something's backwards, right? So I got the 4 wires from the motor, right? And you got like, what is it? The 2B, 2A, 1A, 1B. And it's when you have, instead of like 2B, 2A, you have 2A, 2B, right? I think that's it. I think that's what I got to do. Check the pairs. Yep, that's the first thing I'm going to do once I get them out here. Because they should be paired up, right? Like I should be getting continuity between them, right? Oh man. There we go. So I should be getting continuity between these, right? Yeah, AB, AB. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, 2 pairs. Okay. So, okay, I'm not getting continuity between them. Okay, so I bunged it up. So I need to swap these around. Okay, turn it on. Okay, heat that back up. There we go. Okay, it's moving. I gotta invert the direction though. Machine. Direction, save, restart. So now, turn that up to 200. No more grinding. Well, it was never grinding. It never actually did anything. So now if I ERCF home, so if I hit T0 now, it should load filament in, right? T0, enter. Okay, and then extrude. Like, oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh. Camera pose. Deactivate. Activate. There we go. Okay, so now if I hit T1, unloading filament. Pull it out. Then it goes cartridge 2. Pulls it down. Most home access first. Why is it giving me an error about that? It was homed. Everything was homed. Might rerun ERCF calibrate. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. We'll rerun ERCF calibrate. If the tool head filament sensor runs out, no, because the tool head filament sensor is below the gear. You don't want to run out of filament below the gear. Yeah, let's ERCF home. Oop, no, ERCF home. Yeah, let's recalibrate it now that we got everything working. Okay. ERCF calibrate. Uh-oh. Yeah, something went funky. Yeah, funky. Yeah, something went funky. Oh, it ground something. Okay, what the heck happened? What the heck happened? Yeah, what the heck is going on here? It keeps throwing these must home access errors first. Yeah, That doesn't sound right. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, let's home. Oh yeah, home the printer. Okay, so we'll home the printer. ERCF home. ERCF calibrate now. Okay, tool head's heating up. The thing is, like, yes, this is kind of a pain with the macros and everything, but holy heck, you should see some of the final results with this thing. Like, okay, so now it's feeding in. Okay, now it's working. Now they're both doing their thing. Yeah, like, here you go. 5-color Spider-Man, 1,000 swaps. Like, that looks pretty dang good. Where are you going? Oh. Timer's too close. What the heck happened there? One day I will get this thing calibrated properly. What the heck is going on here? Timer too close is usually a USB connection. The USB connector that I have to the board here is legit a really crappy one, and I'm waiting on a better one to come in, so I'm not that unexpected that that happened. Did I set min Bowden length? Oh, I did not. Did it say to do that? Where would that be at? Next. Yeah, we set the variable for the minimum length. Please use a value smaller than the real. I think this is what we measured. Okay. Yeah, we measured this. Yeah, we measured this already. Oh, please use a value smaller, like 50. Oh, okay, so 450 then. Save and restart. Time is money. A Palette 3 Pro is cheaper. Yeah, it'd be so cheap that it wouldn't work on this printer because it can't run with Klipper at all. Home all. This at least, you know, will respond to commands. Palette 3, honestly, I think the Mosaic guys are going all Cheeto box and locking their shit down too much. But that's just me. Yeah, they do need to sort that out. Wait to see the multicolor prints? Oh yeah, once I get this working, it'll be great. Like, people have gotten this working. This is not my normal comfort zone, put it that way. Like, I am not, this ain't my, my forte. Okay, let's try calibrating this guy again. Kind of like E3D or Mosquito. What? The filament seems to be gripping just fine, honestly. Okay, so right now it's trying to feed until it hits that end stop. It's going duh, 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 duh. Can't really see it there. Which mainboard is best, Octopus or Spider? Honestly, right now, go with Octopus. Spider's had too many QC issues. Apparently, they're all on newer revisions than the ones I tested, though, so it's kind of hard for me to verify, but yeah. Okay, so it measured. Variable saved. Retract the other filament. Go to the other filament. Okay. It's a song playing right now. I don't know. It was Moons of Neptune. Stream beats. This way I don't get DMCA'd. Hey, guess what, guys? Christmas music. Okay, restart. Firmware. Okay. So now, home that. Set my extruder for 200. Yeah, all the music I play on stream is stream beats, so that way I don't get sued. Or not sued, more like DMCA copyright strike. Okay, ERCF home. Okay. So now let's try T0 to load T0. Okay, load complete. We have the latch is disengaged, so if I tell it to extrude 25 millimeters of plastic, oh, help if I engage the gears. There we go. Okay. So look, hey, it pushes plastic. So now if I type T1, it should swap to T1. So forming filament to unload. So it's making it, what you have to do is like it like tempers the tip so you don't get a string. And that's one of the hardest things of a single nozzle extrusion system is when you pull it out, you need the filament to be as like clean as possible. So when you go to feed it back in, it doesn't catch on anything. It doesn't cause any jams, etc. And now if I extrude 5 millimeters, there's some white in there. Okay, now if I go to T2, I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Where do you find multi-material? You have to look, either search using like the term multi-material as a part of your search term, or a lot of some common models will have multi-material variants that you'll have to like look for. It's past 11 already. It's already end of stream time. I won't be doing a test print tonight. We're just verifying that it works. We got ourselves some orange. Yeah. T3 now. You know what? This is cool. Okay, extrude. you go, black. And the last two are green. So we're just gonna go to T4. I am so happy this is working right now. I am so happy. Okay, create desktop shortcut, create shortcut. Making sure my motors aren't hot, which they're not. They're not really working that hard. So I still got to tweak a few things, obviously. My encoder's not reading exact, which apparently I got to clean it. That's like the big thing. So, and then I have to go through and, you know, set up all the slicer stuff. Let's extrude 50. Green. And then the last one, T5. Did I go back to the original one, top hats? I did. By the way, this spool holder is probably going to stay like this for about a week. Slicer and print. Yep, next week's stream, we're going to be printing. I'm basically going to do what I can this week to iron out the bugs and make a slicer profile for this thing. And then afterwards... Oh, and I got to, you know, get a rep box. Because this is a little... pathetic. Okay, that worked. Okay, now let's go back to T0. Yeah, I'm telling it to go back to T0 to make sure it reloads. Oh yeah. It's a spool saber. No, the lightsaber's over on the ground over there. Okay, so let's see. We should get blue now. Oop, wrong way. The carrot patch, I'm not, because I don't have the room for it. Well, guys. Back to blue. It works. It works. Now, where's unload? Unload tool. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So I think that's about it for the stream tonight, guys. Because I got to go through, I got to set up a slicer still. Like, I don't have any slicing set up for this at all. Custom G code. Like, I got to go through and set all this. So this will be, yeah, I got to measure all this and where everything's at and whatnot. Yeah. So I am going to call it there. This was productive. We got it to roughly where I wanted to. I wanted to get everything ready so that next week we can literally come in, we'll slice something and we'll print something and we'll just let it print. And we'll have fun. This setup right here is, I'm going to call it the Nero's Nest spool
Here's
feeder.
Reward for the rewarding result of success, Nero.
Andrew, $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here's a reward for the rewarding result of success. Yay! Drink. I am so happy that we got this working. Shut down. I am so happy that we got this working. And the fact that it works. So honestly, this whole setup will probably stay here until I get it all calibrated and whatnot. But we got it good. We're good. We're good. Want to give a shout out to our good man, Mr. DFH, for providing me the kit that I used to build this. Seems to be working okay so far, other than me not following instructions and whatnot. John Stern, $5. Appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna end the stream there. Let me make sure nobody DM me anything that I should comment on. I think we're good. We are good. And I'm gonna have to swap out that USB cable so it doesn't fry again. Helen is here. What triggers the extruder to go feed the HAL? Steven, so basically the way the macro is set up is, yes, there is a sensor underneath the extruder motor in the tool head. So what it does is it knows to feed it from up here, rapid down to here. And then when it gets about here, it stops. And then what it does is they both feed in unison. So this extruder and this extruder feed the same amount. So this one will pick up the filament and feed it through until it hits the sensor. And then once it hits the sensor, it knows where the filament is at. It knows it's been fed into the tool head properly. It disengages this extruder, and then this one takes over 100%. This is also your backup, because if it jams, it goes, hey, I'm expecting the filament to be hitting my sensor. It's not. Something went wrong. Come help. So that way you also have a backup. So yes. Actually, tomorrow I will try to get a print going on here while I'm doing a bunch of other stuff down here. But I think we are good to call it there, guys. So I'm going to end the stream now. For anyone who became a member, you guys are awesome. Just a reminder, on Monday, yeah, I'll put it out Monday, the uncut version of my interview with Sanjay will go live for all YouTube members and Patreon supporters. So if you want to watch it, it's there. There's not a lot of uncut footage. What you saw in the videos was it just rearranged into sections, and a lot of more and trimmed. The full uncut thing is probably an extra like 8 minutes of footage. And then also in the actual order that we recorded it in. We jumped around subjects a lot. And yes, Sanjay will be coming on stream at some point. He will be coming on a stream, obviously not at this time on my normal time on Friday or on Saturday, because he lives in the UK and it's like it's like 4:20 a.m. right now. So he would not be coming on the stream on this hour, but he will be coming on a stream in the future once we can kind of sort stuff out when it's optimal for both of us. This has taken a little bit longer than I expected, but this is a complicated build. I don't want to put off anyone who's thinking about building one of these. As you can see, once you get it going, it works pretty dang good. You just have to know a little bit more than average in terms of what you're getting into when you build one of these. This is, you know, I know a lot about vorons. This is my first experience with one of these. Like, I really didn't follow the development of this too much. So I went into this pretty blind, and I probably should have spent more time asking people questions, but I did not. So a little bit rocky, but it is. It's 3:20 right now. It's 4 or 5 hours ahead. Oh yeah, the clock's changed. Mine's gonna change in a little bit too. So we'll be equal in a minute. So yeah, for those that enjoyed the stream tonight, you guys are awesome. For anyone who donated to the stream, you're awesome. Help support the content I create, the things I do. Lots of big projects in the future. Lots of content coming up, hopefully in the next couple weeks, couple months. Anyone who's a channel member, YouTube, Patreon supporter, you're awesome. Read my newsletter. I need to put up a site. I'm going to be getting a site soon just so I can have a site, because people keep asking me stuff and I don't have a site. So I'm just going to put that stuff on a site at some point. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Cheers.